Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Eddie Jennings from EJSLLC.com. This video is another in my practice session series for the Red Hat EX374 exam, Red Hat Certified Specialist in Developing Automation with Ansible Automation Platform. Before I dive in, I want to thank returning subscribers for watching another video, as well as invite anyone who's watching, if you haven't subscribed yet, to click the subscribe button and ring the bell when you do, so you're aware of when new content is available. Also, I want to remind you that these are my practice sessions for the exam. I'm going through the objectives and trying to talk about them and or do some examples of whatever the objective is about. And during the video and at the end, I'll do an assessment, and hopefully I will feel pretty confident with whatever the objective is, meaning that if I were to have tasks to do on the exam related to the objective, I should be able to do those pretty well. Or I will determine that I have a knowledge gap that in the last week and a half or so before the exam I'll try to address and fill before I actually take my exam. These should not be considered training materials, nor should they be considered tutorials, though I do try to have the information accurate because I'm preparing for the exam and I hope I have learned correct things. But just realize that I'm learning right along with you, so I would not consider these authoritative training sessions by any means. So within Manage Execution Environments, we're going to look at the last two sub-objectives here, and that is upload execution environments to Automation Hub and then use execution environments in Automation, or using execution environments in Automation Controller. So I'm actually going to pick up where I left, I think where I left off of the last video, and actually, no, I might have made another execution environment. Either way, if I were to do Podman images, I will see that there is an execution environment called Test EE Community. I was trying to work with some dynamic inventory stuff and making me a execution environment for that. So the first objective wants us to push that to our Automation Hub. I'm currently logged in to it, so let me log out. I think that'll do everything. Let's see, it's AAP Hub, EJSLab.com. Okay, so I'm going to log in to my Automation Hub, because otherwise if I try to push this, this execution environment container image to it, it's going to complain because I'm not authenticated. So I would have to do podman login, AAP hub.ejslab.com for me. And you can feed these credentials in on the command line if you want. So I'm logged in with success, and just like you would do any other container image with Podman, you would basically do Podman push and the name of the fully qualified name for the container image. What? Did I misspell something? Maybe. I was expecting that to work. Oh, I see what I did. I did app. Was it on the first couple of videos? I figured I would probably be doing that a good bit. And just like any other good old Podman push, this will take a little bit of time. I find that blob that's a gigabyte large for whatever reason between my VMs. That one takes a bit, so I might not speed this up, and I might cut out the wait for that 1.3 gigabytes, so you're not just sitting there watching a status bar go by. And it's done. So I can go into my private Automation Hub. Let me make another tab for that. And I've already authenticated myself. That's nice. If I go to Execution Environments, I will now see the Test EE Community Execution Environment. Now, you don't have to push just to your private Automation Hub. You can push to anything. I mean, I know GitLab provides some container repository. I pushed Automation Hub because that's what the objective explicitly asked for with this, but there are others. You can delete the image there if you want. You can also, I think you can kind of drill down and get some information about the image, or so I thought. It'll give you some instructions on how to pull down said image. But the other objective mentions using execution environments in Automation Controller. What I'm going to do, because this is related to, I guess not. Oh yeah, it's related to running playbooks in Automation Controller. I'm going to cover the actual running of the execution environment in that particular practice session, because it they will obviously go together. But the thing I did want to cover with this practice session is how you make the execution environment available to you to use. So let me go into my automation controller. I'm just logging in as the admin account. Of course, in a real production environment, I would have my own user account with the appropriate rights, but for this, we'll do the admin account. If I'm going to go into administration and execution environments, you'll see that there are some that are already made available from the automation hub. That's where we're going to make this one available from. So we'll do add, and we need the name or the name that we are going to call this. I'm just going to call it test execution environment, the actual image name. And so I can either get that from Automation Hub, which I'm going to do. I just happen to have it right here that I can copy paste. You would set a pull policy, and that's either going to be Automation Controller will either always pull the container before running it, or you'll only pull it if it's not present, or you'll never pull it. So I would imagine I would use only pull if the image is not present. If you want, you can give it a description. You can also make execution environments only available to certain organizations. I just have a default organization. And the registry credential. So this, by default, there is already a credential for Automation Hub Container Registry. So I'm going to select that and then save. And then that is it. So when I run a playbook, then, or rather when I'm running a task template, which is what it's going to be called in Automation Controller, or job template rather, through the job template, you will be running your playbook. Then we will actually see the running of the execution environment. But this is setting you up for that. The one thing I did want to note is if you wanted to use a different repository and you have your execution environments, you would need to make a credential for that. And this would be a container registry credential where you put your URL and whatever your method of authentication is for that. And so that way, when you are going under administration and making execution environments, you will pick the appropriate container registry credential for your execution environments. So I believe for this objective set, to find it here, manage execution environments, uploading it to Automation Hub. That's basically Podman push. And then the first half of using the execution environments, making them available in Automation Controller, that part is done. And then the second part, actually using the execution environment, I will handle when I'm working with playbooks in Automation Controller. So I think for these couple of objectives, I'm pretty confident for them on the exam. So if you found the video useful or you enjoyed it, make sure you do click like. Again, I want to thank returning subscribers for watching another video, as well as invite anyone who's watching, if you haven't subscribed, to click that subscribe button. As always, thank you for your time, and I'll see you the next time.